Hi everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. So last week I shared my Italian meringue buttercream recipe with you guys, and this week we are putting it to use with my Italian coconut cream cupcakes. And this cupcake recipe is just perfection. Whenever I think of coconut cupcakes, this is what I have in mind. These are just so light and fluffy and packed with incredible flavor. We're gonna start with a really simple coconut cake base. We're gonna add the Italian meringue buttercream on top, and I'm gonna flavor it with a little bit of coconut extract. Garnish this with some toasted coconut, and this cupcake is just beyond delicious. For the Italian meringue buttercream recipe, just head on down into that video description box. I'll have it for you right there. And now let's get started on that cake batter. So into my mixer bowl, I'm going to add in half a cup of unsalted softened butter. I just softened this at room temperature. And then I'm going to add in half a cup of white granulated sugar. And then I'm going to cream this on medium to high speed for about 2 to 3 minutes until the butter and sugar are really light and fluffy. And into my whipped butter and sugar mixture, I'm going to add in 2 large eggs, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and half a teaspoon of coconut extract. It's gonna add so much great coconut flavor. And I'm gonna mix this all together for another 2 to 3 minutes, scraping down the sides of that mixing bowl periodically until I have a really smooth and creamy mixture. Next, I'm going to mix together my dry ingredients. I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder and an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Just mix that all together. And then we're going to sift this into the cake batter. And before I sift in my flour, I'm going to pour in half a cup of milk into my cake batter. I'm just gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna mix it in with the flour. So you always want to sift your flour for any kind of dessert, cakes, bread, pastries, you name it. Sift that flour. And I'm just gonna grab a whisk here and mix that in. You don't want to overmix it, just whisk it until it's incorporated. And that took about 20 seconds with my hand whisk, so that's a really quick process. Don't overmix it. I've lined my cupcake pan with some liners, and I'm going to use a 1/4 cup measuring scoop to drop in the cake batter. And my oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These cupcakes are going to bake for about 24 to 26 minutes. You want them to have a nice golden color on top, and then when you insert a toothpick into the center, it should come out clean. Now, if you want some more coconut flavor, what you could do is you can add some flaked coconut right after you mix in that flour. Then it's going to add a little bit more coconut flavor and some more texture. All right, my cupcakes have cooled completely on the wire rack. I just toasted up about half a cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. We're going to use these to garnish the cupcakes. I also have my Italian meringue buttercream. I've transferred it into a pastry bag, and today I'm using a Teco tip number 847. I added 1 teaspoon of coconut extract to my recipe. I have a separate video recipe for this buttercream. I'll include it down in the video description box below. And now let's decorate some cupcakes. I love making cupcakes. I need to make them more often. I don't know why I don't make them very often. Just pipe a nice, generous amount of frosting on top. Perfect. And that's it for my coconut cream cupcakes. These look so amazing. They smell mouth-watering. I love the aroma of the coconut, and I can't wait to dig in and enjoy. These just look so cute. Love the toasted coconut on top. Time to dig in and enjoy. You guys are in for a real treat with these coconut cupcakes. They are so darn good. I love the light hint of the coconut in the actual cake. It's so moist and delicate. And then you have that fluffy, delicate Italian meringue buttercream on top. And I love the addition of the toasted coconut. Not only does it add flavor, but it also adds this really great texture to the cupcake. All in all, absolutely amazing. Definitely a must try. Just head on down into that video description box. I'll include the link for the Italian Meringue Buttercream. That's going to have a separate video recipe for that. I'll also include the link to my blog where you can get the printable recipe for this and also share it with all your family and friends. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe at home, and I'll see you next time.